WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents Missouri State University Ice Hockey. With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is Game 2 between Missouri State and the University of Arkansas. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with Stan Melton, Scott Lutzke on graphics, and Adam Sprock is doing the camera work for us here tonight. We'll talk to Adam, one of the newcomers with Missouri State. But the Ice Bears 1-0 after a victory over Arkansas. It was more like a playoff game for Missouri State after trailing for 2 periods against the Razorbacks and then taking the lead in the third. A 6-5 victory in Game 1 at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Evan Lasansky scored the game winner, his second of the game, with 9:31 remaining in the third period. And that effort was not really what secured the victory. It was the shot blocking effort of nearly every Ice Bear in the waning minutes of the contest, with the Razorbacks trying to tie the game. Ethan Taplin earns his first victory of the season with a 28-save performance. The win is his third in a row if you go back to last season. Goals from Jacob Holmstrom shorthanded and Ryan Moon, although they have now, from what I understand, credited that to Vinny Conte, who banked the puck off the back of the goaltender Grady Reese's pads for Arkansas. And they kept pace with the Razorbacks in the second period, but it was freshman that is, Tyler Cullington, who ignited the crowd with his first college goal from the left face-off dot on the power play, 1:30 into period number 3. Lasansky gave Missouri State its first lead of the game at 3-2 just 2 minutes later, and Arkansas responded, but then A.J. Daniger took a pass from Conte and lifted the puck over Reese's left shoulder, and the Ice Bears kept pace, and they also stayed in front at 6:48 of the third. The Ice Bears remain the only division team to beat the Razorbacks in the past 2 seasons, and you have to go back, obviously, last year to the amazing overtime game, Vinny Conte getting that, and then the 3-2 victory in Arkansas, and then, of course, just last night. Speaking of Arkansas, this is the first time in 5 seasons that the Arkansas Razorbacks have lost their season opening game. It's the second loss in a row if you want to technically go back to the semifinals of last season in the Division III tournament. That was a 3-2 overtime loss to eventual league champion Hope College. Arkansas turned a scoreless game into a 1-0 lead late in yesterday's first period on Griffin Sugar-Suarez' power play goal with 29 seconds left in the first period. But the opening period was not without excitement, as Arkansas thought that Michael Ellis had scored. But apparently the puck hit the crossbar, and that was 12 minutes into the period. One official did signal a goal, but play continued. Trevor McLean notched a power play goal early in the second period to keep Arkansas in front, and it's a lead that the Razorbacks held for 2 periods. Goals by Cameron McAtee, Chris Yantz, and Truman Hershey kept pressure on Missouri State. The Razorbacks, though, did eventually lose that game 6-5, as I mentioned. They also have been to the Final Four of the Division III National Tournament the past 2 seasons. It's marked the 4th appearance in 5 seasons and 7th overall in program history. They also won the Ice Bears annual Route 66 showcase for the 2nd straight season, and they took home the Battle of the Ozarks trophy, which of course is up for grabs again, and Missouri State has a 1-0 advantage in that with the win in yesterday's contest. Well, I mentioned earlier that Adam Sprock is joining the Ice Bears, and Adam, I want to bring you in here, and you got to see yesterday's game. How exciting was that?
It was real exciting. It was real physical, and the boys really picked up the pace there at the end.
You, of course, a freshman out of Lake St. Louis, Missouri. What made you decide to want to go to Missouri State?
Well, actually, I didn't decide to play hockey here until about June when I contacted Cody. And I met the guys, and I just really liked it, and I decided to stay here.
Well, as we've told everybody so far, and it's only been one player in Jamison McGrath, to break you in, you have to run camera for us. So,
Yeah.
so you have a hard shoe to fill in what Jamison did yesterday. But thanks for doing this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the game.
Yep.
And again, we'll catch up with you at the end of the first period to get your thoughts. But let's also bring in Stan Melton. And Stan, you saw yesterday's game, a big win for Missouri State. The first time that the D3 team has opened up at home prior to the Division I squad.
Yep, absolutely. Kind of a unique aspect on a home opener. Game-wise, Steve, and in any hockey game, you know, certainly goalies are a huge part of the game. Also, goal scorers are a huge part of the game. Normally, they're players of the game. Last night, oh my gosh, give the Players of the Game awards to the Ice Bears D3 team penalty kill unit. My gosh, they did an amazing job, and Arkansas was deadly on the power play last season. Basically, the penalty kill unit for the Ice Bears spent virtually the last 3 minutes of the third period with a man advantage for Arkansas. They had an Arkansas power play against them for the first 2 of those 3 minutes, and then the final minute Arkansas pulls their goalie. But man, oh man, did the penalty kill unit come through last night for the Ice Bears.
This game, of course, for the fans was spectacular. It was exciting. It was kind of a playoff game. I've talked to both coaches, head coach Cody Blevins of Missouri State, and also head coach Keller Sims, and I asked both of them about the game yesterday, and they felt there's still a lot of work for both teams. They felt there was a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of turnovers, a lot of things that resulted in goals, and of course, yeah, that's going to be something that fans are going to love. But as far as coaches go, they did not enjoy the way yesterday's game ended up a 6-5 contest. So we'll see what happens today. It's going to be a different scenario. Stan, there is one difference in this game that we did not have in yesterday's game. If you survey the ice, you might be able to pick it up.
I think you've got me, Steve.
Well, Scott just shook his head. He knows what it is. What's the difference, Scott?
I was wondering where it was yesterday because we would have used it for sure. We for sure would have used it yesterday too.
Ah, yes. I can taste the Andes custard right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The signs are out and we're ready to go. Well, let's join public address announcer Kevin Thurl for the introduction of the starting lineups between Missouri State at 1-0 this season and Arkansas at 0-1.
Let's get started with your lineups for tonight's game, beginning with the visiting Razorbacks, starting at a forward, number 42, Jason Gifford. Starting at a forward, number 7, Ian Lotz. Starting at a forward, number 6, Matt Edestron. Starting on defense for the Razorbacks, number 70, Truman Hershey. Starting on defense, number 39, Ethan Rogers. And in the net tonight for the Razorbacks, number 26, Sam Haynes. The Razorbacks are coached by head coach Keller Sims. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the heart of Springfield, Missouri, and inside the Jordan Valley Ice Park, within the beautiful Stan Melton Arena, it's time. Everyone on your feet, let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at a forward, number 42, Evan Fettuccini Lazansky. Starting at a forward, number 11, Tyler Ock. Starting at a forward, number 27, A.J. Daniger. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 12, Zach Drummond. Starting on defense, number 8, Gage Gronberg. And starting in goal tonight for the Ice Bears, number 50, Ethan Taplin. The Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coach BJ Norman. Your officiating crew for tonight's game include referees Mark Marzola and Corey Rickerman and linesman David Hill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
The Andy signs are up. We are ready to go. Game 2 between Missouri State and the University of Arkansas. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson, Stan Melton, Scott Lutzke on graphics, and Adam Sprock on camera for you here. As these two teams will battle it out once again. It's the same goaltender for Missouri State, Ethan Taplin. He's 1-0 with a 5.0 goals against average, .848 save percentage. Again, he's played one game. Those numbers will change. For Sam Haynes, he starts in net, a different goaltender from yesterday. And for Haynes, his statistics from last season, 7-0, a 1.70 goals against average, and a .924 save percentage. So here we go, Missouri State from the left to the right, Arkansas from the right to the left. It'll be Ott versus Lotz, and it'll be the Ice Bears with possession. Flipped up and back now into the Ice Bears end of the ice for Zach Drummond to swing it out. Turned the other way by Truman Hershey. Had a goal in yesterday's game. The Ice Bears can't clear it. A.J. Daniger had to go off of his glove. Daniger, who also works in the summertime with the Springfield Cardinals AA baseball team. To the far side now. Just 30 seconds expired in this period. Some good hitting on the far side. Centered right up the middle off of Hershey. Stays in the zone, and Daniger with a backhander at least enough to get it out. It's a delayed offside, and now it's touched up by the Arkansas Razorbacks and Ian Lotz. Offside with 19:14 to go in the period. Well, we started just like we started yesterday's game. Pretty quick for both of these teams. Oh, we get an Ice Bear upended at the Ice Bears bench. Nothing happening there. That was Braden Harwell. So play continues. Same lineup for Missouri State. Head coach Cody Blevins said that earlier. Puck is flipped out to the corner, though, but held in, and now here the Ice Bears will gain control. Tyler Ott will flip it down in. Actually, no, that's 21 Blake Harper who'll flip it in, not 11. Goes to the near side boards, up the middle, taken by Arkansas. And Zach Wilson had an assist in yesterday's game. Wilson was third in scoring last season, 20 goals, 38 assists for him. Here's a drive in, saved by Taplin. Rebound in front, Arkansas scores. So Zach Wilson will get the putback, I believe. Or is it going to be Sugaswara? He's leading the line.
goalie's worst enemy, Steve, the rebound, and Arkansas was there and jumped on it and takes the 1-0 lead.
We'll see here who got the, yeah, it is Sugaswara as it went to the left side, so he will get it. His second consecutive goal. He got one yesterday. So Arkansas, much like they did yesterday with Sugaswara, and they score again here though as the puck comes right up the middle. And Michael Ellis this time will get a goal. He was denied one yesterday, but he gets one here.
That was rapid fire, bang, bang. Arkansas on top 2-0 already with 19-15 left in the game.
Well, to say that Arkansas is angry is an understatement. They're coming again. Here's Cruz. Kyle with it. Behind the net, though, it's intercepted by Missouri State, taken by Tyler Culleton, who got his first college goal in yesterday's game.
Goals. The first goal scored by number 9, Griffin Sugaswara, assisted by number 17, Zach Wilson, and number 37, Trevor McLean. Time of that first goal at 1:34. The first period scored by number 9, assisted by number 17 and number 37. On the second Arkansas goal, scored by number 86, Michael Ellis, assisted by number 52, Kyle Cruz. Time of that goal at 1:45 of the first period, scored by number 86, assisted by number 52.
That catches you up on the goals. 2-0 Arkansas, the largest lead they've had in this series this weekend. We get an icing call here. Or that'll bring it. Are we going to get a penalty? Looks like we will. It's going to go against Arkansas. And Jake Scharr for a rough, I believe.
Well, that's certainly a break the Ice Bears needed, getting the power play unit out on the ice. See if we can start to chip away at the Arkansas lead in this game.
Ice Bears on their first power play of the contest. As you said, Stan, a chance to cut this lead in half for Arkansas. Up top to Harper. Over to Conti right side. Working it now to Culleton. His pass deflects, but Harper has it to the middle. Back to Conti. Harper trying to make things work. Here's Conti free. He shoots it, hits the backside of an Arkansas defenseman. That was Ethan Rogers, and it's cleared. 1:30 to go in the power play for Missouri State. It's already 5-0 shots-wise in favor of Arkansas. Ice Bears slow to get things out. I asked head coach Cody Blevins why Missouri State is so slow to start games sometimes. And he really didn't have an answer to it. Or at least one that he wanted to divulge to me. 1 minute left in the power play, and Missouri State will get power play unit number 2. With 50 seconds to go. 16:04 to go in this period. It took until the last 29 seconds for Arkansas to lead period 1 yesterday on Sugaswara's goal. Zaccardi lost his stick. He was skating through and it was broken up from him. Now Odeline will clear it all the way down. Quickly, good interception there by McLean. That would have been a break for Missouri State. Now to Moon across the line. He'll flip it in and chase. Hershey's there trying to move it into the corner. Puck taken away and sent back out with 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. Ice Bears still with some trouble, and the power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Arkansas's penalty kill last season, about 84%. It's the power play you want to watch out for. 44.5% last season. Now getting down to 15 minutes to go in period 1. Coming up at the first period intermission, Cameron Osdeck will be our guest. Ice Bears with a line change to the near side. On the ice now for Missouri State. Make that Evan Lasansky to try to dig the puck away. Puck sent back in to the Arkansas end. Here's Daniger. Flips it to the boards. Drive in off of the stick of Brett Houston is blocked. Stewart's there. He gets hit hard. Ott with a backhander misses wide. Into the near side boards again. Stewart to try to chop at it. Can't do it. McLean is able to kick it ahead for Arkansas. Puck sent back in and a line change for Missouri State. Arkansas gets a partial one. Now with 14 minutes to go in the period. 1-0. I take that back. 2-0. In fact, both of those goals happened within 9 seconds of each other. Puck is cleared all the way down. 134 and then 145. Sugaswara his second, Ellis his first. Missouri State now has one official shot recorded. Puck in the Missouri State zone. Carrying it in is Odeline. It's rejected and scrambled for there. Isaac Cooper tried to clear it. Comes back in the Missouri State zone. Cruz is there for Arkansas to the near side. 13:07 to go in the period. 2-0 Razorbacks. Puck is flipped up and out of play, and the first stoppage in a while.
Steve, you mentioned the Ice Bears have a shot on goal, and they're going to be hoping their special teams can have that spark, particularly the power play unit. Penalty kill unit had lots of sparks last night. Power play unit needs to have some sparks tonight on special teams to help the Ice Bears out, climb out of this 2-0 deficit.
You mentioned the special teams in yesterday, and Jacob Holmstrom with a shorthanded goal. That was nice to see. That gave Missouri State a 1-1 tie in the second period. Gifford with a backhander out. And now it's Yance. Chris Yance, 4 goals, 11 assists last season. Had an 8-game point scoring streak at one time. Harwell for Missouri State. Cuts in front of Yance. Harwell still putting the pressure on. Puck pass Zaccardi, and this should be an icing call, and it is. 12:22 to go in period number 1. Icing will bring it back into the Arkansas end of the ice. Sugaswar from Wilson and McLean, that at 134. Ellis from Cruz at 145. "11 seconds. I believe I said 9 before. It's actually 11 seconds if I did my math correctly. Between goals. Now Gifford with some room. 2-on-2. Gifford to the right side, out in front, and they could not connect. Right there was Ian Lutz. Battle in front of the Arkansas bench. Holmstrom had it for just a moment. Now picks it up left side. Holmstrom looking for some help. It's to Zaccardi, right side. He winds, he shoots. Good save there by the southpaw. Sam Haynes, the junior out of Dallas, Texas. We come the other way. Here's Hershey. Left side, broken up by the Ice Bears. A.J. Daniger will grab the pass. Daniger across the line. Gets a drive off that Haynes has to make a good save on. Ice Bears still keeping the pressure on. Now with 11:15 to go in the period. Starting to settle down now. We'll get an icing call here. 11:05 to go in the period. And still a 2-0 lead for Arkansas.
Starting to see a few sparks on offense by the Ice Bears, Steve. The last minute or so, the Ice Bears have been spending much more time in their offensive zone.
Missouri State with 3 players from Springfield and one from Ozark. You could call that the Springfield area, just a suburb. And that, of course, Ryan Moon. Puck is flipped up and out of play. Faceoff should stay in the Arkansas zone. But for Arkansas, most of their players are either Texas or Missouri. A couple of them from Canada, including Matthew Edistran from London, Ontario. And Cameron Hutchinson, who is from Calgary. Another shot applied. And Sam Haynes, who was 7-0 last season, seeing secondary work after Joseph Dusenka, who has finally graduated. Puck comes right in, and a save by Taplin, the pass from Sugaswara in front. That was stopped, and with 10:42 to go in the period, we will have a face-off. This one will come to the left of the Ice Bears goaltender, Ethan Taplin.
Steve, you talk about the location or where the players are from Arkansas, and big difference in the club operations is Missouri State operating, of course, our Division I team and the Division III team, and Arkansas moved from operating two teams in past years to now they just operate the D3 team.
Back in the Arkansas zone, good play there by the Ice Bears. Isaac Cooper kept the puck in the zone, but Missouri State could not get anything established. Culleton, he tried to grab it. It's cleared out to center ice and back down to the Missouri State end. It'll be Zaccardi into the corner. Actually, no, I think that's Gage Gronberg, number 8. It is. Hard to see the number when it bunched up behind his back, but it is Gronberg. To the right side, still held in by Arkansas. McAtee with a drive-in save, rebound, loose. A blast in, that sails high. That one may have hit someone. Jans got the shot. May have hit an Ice Bear in front. Now Missouri State, they're trying to break a 3-on-2, but it doesn't work. But here comes Culleton. Nice move, he shoots up high. Haynes may have got a piece of it.
A very nice opportunity by Tyler Culleton there.
Arkansas with McLean. Fades away, and he got a shot off. It didn't make it to the net. 9:07 to go in the period. 2-0 Missouri State trails, and we're going to have penalties. I believe coincidental. Yep, that's what it looks like. So McAtee will go, and I think roughing for each.
Going on a 4-on-4 situation now, Steve. The key to success with 4-on-4 is speed on the ice. You got more ice to work with. Hopefully the Ice Bears can take advantage of this.
Jake Schlereth also in for Missouri State. So 4-on-4, lots of room. Here comes Moon right side. And Moon gets upended. We're going to get a penalty. Odelon will go. And Missouri State will have themselves a power play with a lot of room here.
And that was definitely a blatant penalty. Referees were right on top of that, and Missouri State brings out the power play unit again. We'll have a 4-on-3 power play in this situation.
Odelin will go. This is the second power play for Missouri State. It's going to be a 4-on-3. I talked to Ryan Moon's dad, and I had told him that they're changing the goal yesterday that they gave to him back to Vinny Conti. And I explained what happened, and I said, well, you may want to talk to Ryan, and I think he knows what happened and how the puck was already in the net. And his dad said to me, well, Ryan's just going to have to work harder.
There you go. Good advice from Dad all the time.
8:44 to go. Here is Conti up high now to Harper. Left side, Culleton. He has some room. He waits. He shoots. He tried to hit Conti. Harper with a drive. It's blocked in front and cleared by Jans. So Odeline gets tripping. And here come the Ice Bears in the zone with ease. 4-on-3 now. Behind the net, Harper. Looking in front. It's almost like an overtime period here. Culleton over to Conti. He shoots, and as he tried to get possession of the puck, it was rolling on him. He missed it wide.
Really nice passing and movement of the puck by the Ice Bears on that play.
Ice Bears still with it. Here's Harper in front. Oh, he tried to get it. It went behind Conti. And is Conti going to get a penalty? Oh, no, he didn't. His stick was there. Play continues. Here's Harper to Culleton. He shoots. It's blocked in front. Gerhardt on the ice now looking for it in front, but then it's taken away and cleared. In 32 seconds, it'll be a 5-on-4 because the coincidental minors will have expired. And the Ice Bears will still have about 20 seconds left with the man advantage. Zaccardi brings it across, gets around Sugaswara. Zaccardi in front. Good play by Wilson to break it up for Arkansas. Now to Moon. 12 seconds left in what will then be a 5-on-4. Lasansky behind the net. He's taken out. Good play there by Ethan Rogers. Puck is flipped up. Watch the players coming out of the box, but Missouri State will have possession. Now 13 seconds remaining in what is a second power play for Missouri State. Ice Bears have some room. Time to get it in the zone. They do with Moon. Now out in front. Holmstrom with a drive, and he missed wide. We're back to 5-on-5. Far side, Rogers. He'll chase for Arkansas. From McLean to Wilson. Across the line to Sugaswara. Behind the stick of McLean, and Missouri State is able to clear. No, they're not. Held in. Holmstrom was waiting for the pass. It never made it. 2-0 Arkansas as the puck gets flipped up in Missouri State's bench. Sugaswara at 134, his second. Ellis at 145, his first. And that's where we are right now with 6:18 to go in period number 1. So next weekend, Missouri State is home, and they have, you kind of exposed something there, Scott. We'll talk about that in a second. But Missouri State is home to Mizzou. That's going to be the rivalry that the Ice Bears have with Mizzou. And we'll get to what you exposed here in just a second. 6 minutes to go in this period. Behind the Missouri State net. Battle for it there. Good hit leads to a turnover in front, and it's held on to by Taplin, low on the goal line.
Always a great time when the Missouri State University Ice Bears take on the University of Missouri Tigers, Steve. It brings out the folks, and been a great rivalry for many years. And we were talking about before the game, the Ice Bears played their very first hockey game against the University of Missouri way back in the 2001 and 2 season.
Speaking of very first hockey games, and Scott exposed that just a second ago, but our next broadcast next weekend will actually be Drury University versus St. Louis. That's at 7 o'clock. Now that's also the same weekend that the Ice Bears will play Mizzou, but that is their inaugural game ever in the history of the hockey club, and we decided we'll do that one for them so they can have that archived. And then, of course, stay for the Division III contest after that. And then Missouri State and Mizzou will be back at 6 o'clock, their regular time. Normally they'd be at 7, but, you know, a team comes in, it's their first ever home game. Cody Blevins said, sure, we'll give you that prime time. 4:53 to go in this period, and Arkansas has a 2-0 lead. Making his way into the Missouri State zone was Cruz. He gets checked hard there to the near side boards by Zaccardi. And it's out to center is the puck, waiting for Rogers to do something with it. He gives it off to Ellis, who got a goal to go with his 2 assists. He has 3 points on the season, and he had one taken away last game. Holmstrom's shot was blocked. Now Missouri State again with possession. chipped away from Holmstrom by Rogers of Arkansas, and it's out to center. Zaccardi will chase for Missouri State, and the Ice Bears will set it up to Harper. His pass connects with Holmstrom, has some room. Right side, Holmstrom backhander, and he missed it high up and over the net. Moon is there. Enough to keep it in for Holmstrom. Great play there. Holmstrom again looks in front of Moon, too hot to handle. He'll chase down into the near side boards. Turned away by Ellis. Michael Ellis last year was 6th in scoring. Had 2 goals and 1 assist in Nationals pool play last season. Now a drive that is deflected, a bouncing puck that Hershey had for a moment. And the Ice Bears are able to clear with 2:23 to go in period number 1. McAtee will get a return pass from Odolan, and it'll be sent to center where the Ice Bears will intercept. Harper once again to Conti. Oh, right out in front. It will be held on to by Ethan Taplin. 3:06 to go in this period.
After the initial burst on the 2 goals by Arkansas early in the game in the first 3 minutes, shots on goal now stand at 10-7. The Ice Bears starting to even up the offensive efforts.
A blast in that's deflected high. Odolan got that shot, the senior out of Frisco, Texas. And Missouri State is able to grab. Ice Bears, they were trying to break Conti in front, but a good play by Odolan to break it up. Now McAtee in his own zone. All sorts of awards yesterday for the defenseman. 61 points for him to lead the squad last season. Puck is flipped out to center. .223 remaining. Puck back into the Arkansas zone. Icing will be called. Face-off back in the Missouri State end of the ice, and again coming up at the first intermission, Cameron Osdek will be our intermission guest of Missouri State. But before we go into intermission, our cameraman, Adam Sprock, one of the 6 newcomers for Missouri State. We'll talk to him, get his thoughts on period 1. McLean. He'll move it to the blue line. That's as far as it goes. It's cleared by the Ice Bears. Oh, we're going to get a penalty. Cameron McAtee was hit high up on the head by Lasansky, and a delayed call. Sugaswara works through, and it will be touched up. But a penalty will be called against Missouri State. It's a high stick. And believe it or not, this will be the first power play for Arkansas.
And of course, you hate to see a power play for the opposing team anytime, but particularly in the last minute 52 of the period. And Arkansas, as you mentioned earlier in the game, Steve, has a deadly power play if they're running at the same level as last season.
Yeah, at least they did last season. Yesterday, though, they were 2 for 6 on the power play. Missouri State was 1 for, oh, here's a break coming in. His crew's in front. He shoots, and a big save there, as it was actually Michael Ellis who came in on a break, and he was looking for the power play goal.
Give a star to Ethan Taplin on that one, Steve. What a great save he made.
Ellis, who already has a goal. But now with 1:33 to go in the power play, it's Arkansas with another chance here. And 1:16 to go in the period. That's going to be what makes the situation tough, because the Ice Bears, if they do kill part of this off, they'll have to start shorthanded in the second period. But 8 seconds will be left in that. So less than a minute to go in the period. Ice Bears cannot clear. Arkansas with some pressure. McAtee now left side drive, and that just missed. That one came off the stick of Chapman. Puck flipped out to center. Arkansas did not get back on side as Wilson was a little late getting to the line, so offside is called.
So far, so good for the Ice Bears penalty kill unit, Steve.
47 seconds remaining in the penalty. 38 seconds left in the period. Arkansas, they win the draw again. Missouri State cannot clear. Grab this time by McLean. To Hershey on the left side. McLean, he'll circle around. 32 seconds to go on the power play. Shot in, Taplin save, rebound loose. Hershey keeps it. 17 to go in the period. Blocked in front, great play by an Ice Bear. Who was that? I think that was Drummond. Good play there in front. 10 seconds to go in the period. Still 2-0 Arkansas. Calling for it right side was Hershey. It's out, and it will be cleared by Holmstrom, and that will do it for the period.
Very nice work, Steve, by the Ice Bears penalty kill unit, picking up where they left off last night.
13 shots on Taplin, 7 on Sam Haynes. And it is a 2-0 lead. The only goals, Sugaswara his second at 134. Ellis for Arkansas his first at 145. Well, Adam, you've had a chance to see this period, and you kind of want to take away the first early parts of this contest, but your thoughts about period one?
They got two quick goals at the beginning, and that's really what I think is the difference here. I thought it was really even all the way through, besides those two quick ones they popped at the beginning of the period.
Well, you've been doing a great job camera-wise, and we appreciate it. If you're the coach right now and you're going to talk to your players, what do you tell them for period two?
Just keep going. I mean, we're right there with them, and we showed it last night. If we just use our speed, we'll be fine.
All right, that's Adam Sprock, one of the newcomers for Missouri State, freshman out of Lake St. Louis, Missouri. We will take a break, and when we come back, Cameron Osdek will be our guest. We'll do that in just a moment. After 20 minutes of play right now, Missouri State is trailing by a count of 2-0.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with a beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turin with Bell catching up. Turin shoots. Score! Oh, baby! We're back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Now talking with Cameron Osdek of Missouri State. Cameron last season, 7 goals, 5 assists, averaging about a half a point a game. You are on a team right now that is a very veteran team, if you want to call it that, with 9 seniors and 9 juniors. What do you like about this team that you've been able to be a part of?
I mean, so far, with all the older guys, we got a lot of depth, and then a lot of the freshmen that we got this year, they had a lot more depth to the team as well, and overall, I mean, we got a solid team this year, I think.
How difficult was it last year when you kind of find out that maybe you're in the playoffs, then you're out of the playoffs, and then you have to face Arkansas and you lose in Maka? What was the guys' attitude after that?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Some of the guys were pretty upset about it, and some were like, okay, there's still a chance. I mean, but, I mean, when we all found out, it was pretty devastating. None of us are really too happy about it, but most of us looked at it. There's always next year. Got to come back bigger and better, and here we are.
I want to say I know what you did last summer, but I don't know what you did. What happened in the summertime? What do you do?
Back home, I just worked all summer, doing mowing and landscaping, and that was about it. All I did was really just work.
Getting good at it?
I guess.
Making some money though, right?
Yeah, out in the heat. I love it.
There you go. That's well, yeah. It was really kind of tough this summer. The heat was really bad.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my next question. And what do you want to do when you grow up?
Honestly, as of right now, not too sure. Right now, I'm majoring in business, and I'm either going to have like an emphasis in management or marketing. But I kind of want to aim towards what my dad does. He works for a company who sells medical equipment, and well, he works for a company who makes medical equipment, and they hire a different company to come in and sell the equipment for them. And basically what he does is manage that whole company and make sure they're selling as much as they need to be, and just basically doing what they are supposed to be doing.
A situation where he goes to the hospitals and talks, or well, the salespeople would go to the hospitals, talk to them, and kind of sell them on whatever the equipment is.
And then he just hears back from them and basically makes sure they're selling enough and keeping everyone happy.
Well, you know you have an in, obviously, if you want to get into that.
Yeah, that's true.
How's your dad feel about that?
I don't know. He likes it some days, doesn't like it other days, but it pays the bills, so it's really all that matters.
Oh, so talking about the job, I meant as far as you getting into it. What did he think about that?
I really haven't talked to him much about it.
Does he even know that you want to do this?
A little bit. I've had a couple conversations with him here and there, and now that I'm a junior, starting to get to the point where I kind of need to decide. So I've had couple little conversations about it, but there's more definitely to come in the future about it.
If that doesn't come to fruition, any other ideas?
Not really, honestly. I'm still just kind of exploring things, and hopefully just come across something that I like, and I'll stick with it.
I'm sure hockey coach is probably available somewhere.
Maybe.
Cameron Osdek is joining us of Missouri State. So you've had a few years here. What do you like about kind of the progression of this hockey club?
I mean, when I first came in, especially for me, like everything was all new and wasn't too familiar with everyone. And as the years kind of went on, like everyone here is basically one big family, and everybody's got each other's backs, and it's like I said, like it's just a big family, and everyone's just a great time to be around. And
now you face Arkansas. You know the history of Arkansas. You know what happened last season, being the only team to beat Arkansas twice in the regular season, then go in overtime here, play them in Maca. What's the attitude of this club right now, knowing that your first true test before you even get onto the ice is going to be against one of your biggest rivals?
I know there's a little bit of nerves, especially in some of the younger guys, but it's really just going to be a test of how our season's going to go. We got to come out big and strong against them. I mean, we know what they're capable of. They know what we're capable of, and we just got to come out firing.
And with those 6 freshmen, you know they don't really know per se what this rivalry entails. Do you find now that you're a junior that maybe you kind of are looked upon as to kind of take someone under their wing? Have you been doing something like that?
I mean, I feel like not me, like I wouldn't say it's more of like an individual thing. Like, I mean, all the upper guys always see as like, okay, we got new guys, and we all take the younger guys under our wing and make sure we hold them accountable. And I mean, they still hold us accountable, and we just kind of show them the ropes and help them feel like they're part of the family.
Did you have to do some of the freshman stuff like water bottles and towels and all that kind of stuff?
We didn't do water bottles. We just had, after every practice, we just walk the outside of the rink and pick up pucks after practice before we get off the ice. And
so they were a little light on you. They didn't have you do any of that stuff.
Yeah, they were.
Well, that's nice. Cameron Osdek is joining us. What is your go-to song? If you're getting ready, what's your go-to song?
I really don't know. I just kind of throw on a random playlist depending on my mood, whether that be rock, country. I don't really listen to a lot of rap. It's mostly just rock or country.
Are you the kind that puts the headphones in to get ready?
Sometimes. Like I said, it just kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I like to talk to the guys. Other times I'll stick to myself and just kind of listen to music and try to get ready for the game.
Is there a go-to meal, a special meal that you need before every game?
Not really. I just try to eat something that'll get some food in my stomach so my stomach's not hurting and I got some energy.
Some folks like pasta. Some just go straight with the chicken or the protein. What is yours?
Usually I try to eat some protein, maybe a sandwich, something like that, granola bar, and then definitely plenty of fluids throughout the day.
I know that the Booster Club provides you with some stuff down in the locker room too, so that's got to be nice.
Yeah, it is here and there. I mean, some days, on Fridays last year, I'd have to come straight from class to here just to make it in time for the game. It was nice to have a little snack available right before, and that was definitely much appreciated.
Cameron Osdek of Missouri State is our guest, the junior out of O'Fallon, Missouri. What made you decide originally Missouri State?
Well, I was trying to decide between Lindenwood or here, and both my parents went here, and my mom's side of the family grew up down here, and I was like, you know what, might as well just come here and see how I like it, and I ended up loving it, and here I am.
So you are happy you made the choice?
Oh, yes.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have a younger sister and a younger brother.
Do they play hockey?
My brother does. He plays high school back at home.
So is he going to follow in your footsteps, you think?
I don't know what he's planning on doing. He's a junior in high school now, but still, I don't know if he's going to try to go or if he's going to stick with hockey or not. So I don't know.
Was hockey always your first sport?
When I was younger, it used to be soccer and then became baseball, and then for some reason one day I was just like, oh, I want to try hockey. And
do you remember how old you were when you tried?
Ooh, man, I was probably about 8 or 9.
So technically a little too old. You were older.
Yeah, I was
starting to try hockey.
I know when I started learning to play, I was like one of the oldest kids, and I felt weird, but I mean, it just kind of clicked with me. And I jumped up and started playing, so that kind of felt nice. But yeah, when I went and learned to play, I was one of the older guys there.
Do you remember the first goal you ever scored?
I don't. Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you.
What was the most memorable goal that you've scored, let's say, with Missouri State?
That's a hard one. I honestly probably say it was my first goal. I forget who it was against, but it was our first road trip of my freshman year. I guess second semester part of it because we didn't play first semester because of COVID. But I know we were on the road. I think it was Texas, and we were down there, and I scored. That was my first one, yeah.
Do you remember, did you do a celly or anything, or?
Nah, I just kind of grabbed the guys around me. There was like a little scrum in front of the net, and I hit it in, and I just hugged. I forget who was next to me, but I think it was Holmstrom, actually. I think I just turned and hugged him and kind of just had a little huddle going then.
And no one grabbed the puck? You do have it?
I do have the puck, though.
Okay.
We did get that after we went through the line.
Well, that's good. At least you have that. Now you can remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, talking to head coach Cody Blevins earlier in the season, and he wants a little bit of hardware sitting on the bench, whether or not that is the MACA championship or Nationals championship, but he definitely wants some kind of hardware. And I'm sure the team wants that too.
Oh, yeah. There's been a couple guys talking about it so far, so I know he's not the only one. I know we all want some.
Cameron Osdek joining us. Thanks so much for doing this. And I know I mentioned last season that, you had some points. 7 goals, 5 assists, hoping to improve on that this season, and I wish you more goals for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. That is Cameron Osdek of Missouri State. We'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up in a moment.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson along with Stan Melton, Scott Lutzke on graphics, and Adam Sprock doing camera work for us. Adam, did you have a chance to go down to the locker room, talk to the guys?
I got to see a little bit. I had to go do some other stuff, but Coach was firing them up as I was coming back up here.
Okay, so you're considered a freshman here. Do you have to do like all the
was a little too much there.
Yeah, big key. Do not talk over the horn. But do you have to do all the freshman stuff?
I mean, we have our duties of me, Jameson, Forstel are the ones not playing tonight, and they did the sticks. They brought over the sticks all to the bench. So we just do have little stuff, fill up water bottles, nothing too major.
All right, and camera work, obviously.
Yep, and the camera work.
All right, well, again, appreciate you doing this. Fresh 20 minutes is on the clock. Now remember, 7 seconds are left in the penalty that was assessed to Evan Lasansky. And if it's anything like yesterday, bring in Stan Melton here in just a second, but if it was anything like yesterday with guys in the last 3 minutes or so just blocking shots like crazy, I don't know how much head coach Cody Blevins wants that to happen again up until the final few minutes of the game, but we'll see what happens for period number 2. Each side changes ends. Missouri State skating from the right to the left, and Arkansas from the left to the right. Quickly, it'll be Eric Papuga to clear the puck out. It's flipped down and grabbed by Dylan Oderlein. The Ice Bears Drummond will have possession. Zach Drummond coughs the puck up. Shot, score! McLean will get a goal, and that is a 3-0 lead. Sorry, Stan.
Oh, gosh. Unfortunately, when Zach let that puck go, trying to get it by McLean, he was right out front, wide open, and Ice Bears goalie just had no chance on that one. Top right corner, and goal number 3 for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
21 seconds into this period. Now, it was not a power play goal. That had expired, but Trevor McLean gets his second goal of the season for Arkansas. And what a bad time for a turnover for Missouri State. Ice Bears outshot now 14-7.
Arkansas starting the second period like they started the first period, a fast goal right out of the chute.
Officials are fixing something that has to do with the net. Now, for Division III, they use the pegs, the metal pegs that sit on top of the ice. For Division I play, they drill into the ice and they use the rubber that goes between the ice and through the center of the netting. So a big difference between the two. But a big difference here is Arkansas gets the first score of the second period. It's 3-0. Harper flipped to the corner.
37, Trevor McLean, assisted by number 17, Zach Wilson. Time of that goal at the 21-second mark of the second period, scored by number 37, assisted by number 17.
That's the call there from Kevin Thurl, public refs announcer here. Now Arkansas, it's not a power play, but they work it like it is. Shot down by Odelin, goes behind the net. Harper is there, can he clear off the boards? Held in once again, but Missouri State, Harper will have it. Now, once again, it's Blake Harper. Had an assist in yesterday's game, the sophomore. It's hard to believe that's what he is. Third in scoring last season, had a goal against Arkansas on October 23rd of 21. Ice Bears will complete a line change. It's in the Arkansas zone. Battling for the puck in front is Tyler Culleton. Dropped down by Brett Houston. He is a Springfield product. Senior left defense. Puck swept into the corner for Jake Schlereth. Houston waiting at the line, doesn't get to him. 18-13 to go in the period. Puck flipped back down into the Missouri State zone. Line change for Arkansas. Houston, if he gets it up there quickly, but nobody was there for Missouri State. Now Houston off of, or make that Holmstrom. It's off of his stick, but the Ice Bears keep it in play. Moon cannot connect with Holmstrom. We come the other way. 2-on-1 developing. Here is Ellis. Now from Cruz in front. Score! Arkansas makes it 4-0.
Just a very slick bit of passing on that goal, Steve, with Arkansas skating through the middle and our goalie Ethan Taplin concentrating on the Arkansas forward coming in, and a quick bullet pass to his left, and Arkansas in the net for goal number 4.
Cameron McEntee will get the goal at 2:15, his second of the season. We know Cruz will get an assist. Should be a third assist on that, and Arkansas has broken this one open. It's not
Taplin
even
just wasn't able to get over to block that Arkansas goal shot.
17-17 remaining
Arkansas
in this period.
goal scored by number 25, Cameron McEntee, assisted by number 9, Griffin Sugaswara, and number 52, Kyle Cruz. Time of that goal at 2:15 of the second period, scored by number 25, assisted by number 9 and number 52.
Arkansas starting period 2 the same way they started period 1. 2 quick goals.
Yeah, they have been on fire. It was a goal 11 seconds apart in the first period, and here it's been about 2 minutes apart. And Missouri State, though, with some pressure. Ozdek, he has possession up in front off of Gronberg. Now a drive in, big blast by Conti is steered into the corner. 16:28 to go. And you get the feeling if Missouri State could just get something here that might change momentum. We're not even halfway through this contest. There's still a lot of time, but Arkansas has controlled everything. Icing will be called here. $16:10 to go in this period. Face off in the Missouri State zone. Edistrand will come in along with Missouri State's Ott. And a drive right off the draw by Lutz is held on to. And Taplin was not happy. I don't know if you saw that, but he was not happy that a stick got stuck in his midsection. He just kept chomping at it. There's the stick, and if we get enough of the replay, there you go. He's just chomping at that stick saying, hey, I'm sick and tired of you doing that. For a moment there, I tried to look to see if he even realized it was not his own player.
Hopefully the Ice Bears can repeat their work from the first period and shut Arkansas down the rest of this period. But the Ice Bears need to add in some goals in this period.
You get a couple, it's a different contest, and there's still some time. And here they come to the Ice Bears. A drive in by Ott, steered aside by Haynes. Last season, Sam Haynes 7-0 for Arkansas, had a .924 save percentage. Puck is cleared out all the way down. Icing will be the call. .15.5 remaining in this period. I was trying to see, Stan, I know that you brought it to our attention that Missouri State football team is playing Arkansas, and they got the lead, a 7-0 lead on an opening touchdown. I'm trying to see if we can get any more information on that. Meanwhile, Missouri State hockey trails 4-0 to Arkansas. A couple of players tangle up, and we're going to get both players. Schlereth tangles up with Edistrand, and I believe both are going to go.
Now, Steve, I think we felt that shock wave of Arkansas football fan reaction on Missouri State's opening touchdown there in Fayetteville.
So 10-0, as we just heard. Kevin Thurl must be listening to us. That Arkansas is trailing. Missouri State has a 10-0 lead. I think both are going to go up on the board, Scott. Schlereth will be called, and Edistrand.
4-on-4 situation here. Hopefully the Ice Bears can take advantage of the extra room on the ice.
Here's Harwell. It's a 2-on-1. Cross ice. It'll go to Cullington. Right side. He shoots, save, rebound, and just not able to stop in time was the Ice Bears Harwell. Now it's Arkansas with some room. McLean tried to go between the legs, and a save by Taplin. He puts the net back on. Another 2-on-1 for Missouri State. This time it's Houston. He shoots, save, rebound. No rebound to follow up, that is. But Houston has it again. Out in front with a shot that's taken away by the defense. 4-on-4 all of a sudden has opened things up here.
Real excellent opportunities by Tyler Cullington, and then following up, Brett Houston had the same similar opportunity.
Pass comes in front to Wilson. Backhander in, and a save by Taplin. He'll hold on. 14-10 to go in the period. And make that a 4-0 lead. Got a text from Ryan Armstrong, our general manager. Oh, Ryan, you've got lots of love tonight. Just to finally saw your text. Thanks for watching and listening. I know he's got a work thing that he cannot get out of. It's basically you go or you don't have a job anymore, so I understand that. But thanks you for watching and listening. The Ice Girls miss you. Puck sent all the way down into the Missouri State zone. There's Cruz. He's double teamed, tried to kick it forward. Works with Zach Drummond there, the senior. And now we've got Cruz and Drummond, and we're going to get penalties here. And I do not know if maybe Missouri State will come away with the extra penalty. It's Drummond and Cruz. We know that for sure. You can see the sticks getting up by Drummond, and Cruz is he's up high too, and they both were doing it.
But it'll still remain 4-on-4. Whatever penalties are assessed out of this.
4 penalties, 8 minutes for Missouri State, 5 penalties, 10 minutes for Arkansas. And they are probably going to be more than 2 minutes because they didn't get put up on the board. We'll hear from Kevin Thurl, or if they are, they're not up on the board because the existing penalties are. Here's Harper, one-hands it through the line, into the zone, looking for some help. Harper for Missouri State. He's been all over the ice these past 2 games. Works it now to Zaccardi. Right side. Zach sends it down low. We're back to 5-on-5. Out of the box, Schlereth and Edistrand. Puck out to center, and the Ice Bears will have Zaccardi with it. Missouri State in the zone, ducking under a Schlereth. Underneath a check there of the man who stole the puck. That is Odelin. All the way down to the Missouri State zone, no icing. Ellis waves it off. Missouri State will return the favor and steal. Conti out in front with some help from
Penalties
Harper,
on the play to
and
Missouri
it's
State
sent
number
out to
12,
center.
Zach Drummond,
Here
and Arkansas
is
number 52,
Conti.
Kyle Cruz. Both 2-minute minors for delay of game. Time of those penalties, 6:19.
So delay of game
of
is
second
the
period.
official penalties for both of them. Puck is taken away and cleared and sent all the way back into the Missouri State zone. Shots are now 19-13 in favor of Arkansas. Things changing a little bit, but you gotta think that if Missouri State can just get one here, although this goaltender, Sam Haynes, does not give up much. Here come.
That's got to be it.
Well, we're not going to get any penalties, as upended was Conti. Oh, we are. There is a penalty in the near corner. An official calls it. Oh, he's just going to call a hand pass? No, there is a penalty. There had to have been. And it's an elbowing call. It goes against Scherer. So this will be the third power play for Missouri State. The Ice Bears with an opportunity to at least get one on the board.
Steve, we got an update on the Arkansas versus Missouri State score. It's now 17-0, Missouri State.
Well, the Ice Bears hope that they can do something here. Maybe the football team found out that the hockey team won yesterday, and they're like, we got to beat them. Puck is taken away and cleared out and all the way down.
I think we may be able to feel that shock wave all the way from Fayetteville up here from the Arkansas football fans down there watching the game.
1:16 to go on the power play. Here is Harwell. Has some room, right side, looking in front. Spins around, waiting for somebody in front. Missouri State with 1 minute now to go on the power play. Last season, the Ice Bears were 22%. Harper is able to keep it in. Up high, 50 seconds. Shot comes in, save, rebound, loose. Where is it? Harper, left side. Still working it for Missouri State. They get a shot in. The rebound in front by Moon, and it's steered into the corner. Good defensive play in front by Hershey. And it is cleared all the way down. So Harper in the back of his own net to Conti. Looking for Culleton. Instead, it's Osdek. Now cross-ice pass. It hits Cooper. Here is Isaac Cooper. 15 goals, 16 assists with Francis Howell High School last year. Puck is cleared with 7 seconds to go. And by the time Missouri State gets something established up ice, power play will be over. We're back to 5-on-5. Culleton to Conti. Drive in, it sails wide. Puck out to center. Here's Sugar-Swar, 2-on-1 with McLean in front. McLean shoots, and he just missed it up high. Play continues back the other way. Culleton, he's 1-on-4. Culleton gets a shot off at least, but the Ice Bears are changing. They need to get back. McLean looking for Sugar-Swara, sends it wide. To the corner now. Griffin Sugar-Swara last season had a 23-game point scoring streak through the semis last season. .908 to go in the period. Puck into the corner now. Arkansas still with some possession. It's out to center ice. As you take a look at our split screen, 0-0. They just started period number 1 between the Division I squad and Illinois State. Ice Bears have a shot that comes in by Wilson. They'll try to work it to the near side, but they can't. We got a stoppage for a hand pass, apparently. 8:39 to go in the period as Missouri State saw the charge by Arkansas. Shots getting a little closer at 20-17.
And you look at that 4-0 score on those goals, Steve, and Ethan Kaplan's been doing a really good job. None of those goals were what you call soft goals. Arkansas has just been really pinpoint on their goal scoring tonight.
Zach Kilgore on the ice now for Arkansas. He gets slammed into the corner. Kilgore, the freshman out of Fenton, Missouri, had 8 goals, 13 assists in 2 seasons with Westminster Christian Academy. Now we get an Ice Bear down in the corner, and there's going to be a penalty. No, it's not. That's an Arkansas Razorback. So this is going to go against Missouri State, and it looks like it will be Brock Gerhardt.
Ice Bears going to be leaning on their penalty kill unit once again, Steve. And penalty kill unit has done a great job so far tonight, and super job last night.
This is just the second power play for Arkansas. Most of the penalties have been coincidentals. Mentioned that they were 40 for 90 last season, 44.5%. That's just crazy. Houston immediately is able to clear it, and racing all the way down is Harwell. Coming up at the second period intermission, it will be Brock Gerhardt who we'll talk to. Front of the Missouri State bench, sent all the way down for Sugaswara to set things up. He'll grab it on the far side. Now connects with Chapman. His drive to the near side. Cleared by Houston. It's back out for McAtee. Cameron McAtee had a goal and an assist yesterday. He already has a goal today. Houston slams Ellis into the boards near side. McAtee to hold. 1:05 to go in the power play. Now to Ellis. Drive-in score from the left side. McAtee. Arkansas is 1 for 2 on the power play. McAtee's 3rd goal of the season. And that is his first power play goal of the season. And it is 5-0.
Yeah, deadly slap shot goal just inside the blue line by McAtee. That was a sharp one, and the Ice Bears, Coach Cody Blevins has made the decision to change up goalies. He's bringing in Espen Rieger.
Rieger will be his first time in a Missouri State uniform. He was 18-4 with a 2.51 goals against average, a .911 save percentage in 2021 with the New England Generals of the NA3HL. So Rieger will come in after Taplin faces 21 shots. And now we get to see the freshman goalie, Espen Rieger.
Arkansas goal scored by number 25, Cameron McAtee, assisted by number 86, Michael Ellis, and number 22, Connor Chapman. Time of that goal at 12:44 of the second period, scored on the power play by number 25, assisted by number 86 and number 22.
Arkansas got nailed on that one, and they aren't done yet.
And things are starting to fall apart here for Missouri State. Harper initially got a stick up high, and angry was Zach Zaccardi after Conti was decked at center ice, and now Missouri State will possibly be short several players. Zaccardi is probably done for the game. He's being escorted off the ice. This is kind of where it all started.
And I think the first penalty was on Arkansas, Steve, and then the Ice Bears and the Razorbacks players got into it close to center ice, and the referees started diving in to break things up.
Well, it was a hit from the back on Conti. And we'll see what they say. I still have to believe that Zaccardi will probably be done for the game. And I don't know if that includes a disqualification or not. We'll wait and hear from the officials, but
well, I know the scrum after the initial penalty happened so fast, our goalie, Ice Bears goalie, Espen Rieger, didn't even have a chance to skate off the ice to try and get an extra man.
now we have 5 minutes up on the board, assessed to Ethan Motor of Arkansas.
Major penalty.
So a major penalty, and the penalty to Zaccardi is not one that goes on the board. So it could be a 10-minute, it could be a game misconduct, but it is not up on the board. So Missouri State will be on power play number 4, and they have a 5-minute major. We'll hear the calls from Kevin Thurl. But Missouri State with a great opportunity to get a couple of goals here.
Yeah, that's the huge break the Ice Bears needed to try and climb back into this game. Because at this stage of the game, it's do it now if you're going to have a chance to get back at Arkansas, get within range.
Head coach Cody Blevins is getting some kind of explanation. We'll hear the calls hopefully here. That'll catch us up on everything. We don't have a direct line to the scoreboard like we normally do. Or to the
penalties on the
table.
play to Arkansas number 16, Ethan Motor, a 5-minute major for head contact. To Arkansas number 15, Jake Scherer, 10-minute misconduct. And to Missouri State number 9, Zach Zaccardi, a 10-minute misconduct. Time of all those penalties at 13:41 of the second period.
Well, that's good. So they'll get Zaccardi back for the third period, as will Scherer will also, as the puck is taken away and cleared. If I can quickly add the penalty minutes, though. 27 minutes on 8 penalties for Arkansas, and for Missouri State, 20 minutes on 6 penalties. So a lot of minutes adding up here in this period. 3:35 remaining in the power play, but Missouri State is slow to get anything going. If you joined us late, Griffin Sugaswara at 1:34 the first. Then it was Michael Ellis at 1:45 of the first. McLean in the second. McAtee twice also in the second here, one on the power play. And it's 5-0 Arkansas. But Missouri State now with Harper. Conti, who got hit, probably not able to hold the puck as well. He got hit in the hand earlier. Now puck stolen, but the Ice Bears do gain control. Taken away by McLean. And on that 5th goal, by the way, starting goaltender Ethan Taplin was chased, and now Espen Rieger is in. He's the freshman out of Foxborough, Massachusetts.
And keep in mind on this opportunity, everyone, the Ice Bears can score as many goals as they can and still remain on the power play through the entire 5 minutes, now 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
2:42 to go in the period. The Ice Bears still have yet to get a shot. Now up the middle, Harper with a drive. The first one, or Harwell that is, with a drive and the first shot in this series for Missouri State. Coming back is McLean. He gets a drive in, and the first shot officially handed by Espen Rieger, and he was getting ready to play the puck, but the whistle blew. 3:30 to go in this period. 2:11 remaining in the power play. Face off to the right of Rieger. Ellis and Moon, and Missouri State will gain possession. Lasansky had trouble with it. Houston passes it out. Ellis connects for Arkansas. Left side, nice move as he gets around Schlereth. Comes right out in front, taken away. Good play by Zaccardi. Actually, no, that can't be Zaccardi. That's Harwell. Zaccardi's still sitting for 10. Now Harwell with it again. And all the way around to Cameron Osdek. Harper calling for it left side. 1:30 to go on the power play. It's a major penalty. So the Ice Bears can score as much as they want, but they've only had one shot.
Ice Bears just struggling with puck control on the power play unit, Steve. Really haven't had that through the entire, what's almost 4 minutes worth of this power play. Just a minute, 8 seconds remaining.
Conte's pass connects with Osdek. He'll drive it down in low. He gets hit up high by Truman. They're calling for a penalty, and the officials say play on. Somebody dropped their stick or broke it or something. It's out of the zone. And the puck is cleared out to center for Harper to reset. Quickly, he gets it over to Conte down the middle. Here is Cooper working it with 42 seconds left. Left side drive, and it just missed wide as Conte sees it sail out of the zone. Harper to Conte. Down in low with 30 seconds to go. Oh. Cooper chased the puck and he hit the boards hard. He's back up. Play continues. Arkansas out of their own zone. A flip pass that is cleared, and Conte will have possession for Missouri State. Razorbacks with a quick change. Now here's Zach Drummond on the ice. Drummond left side. Gets it across the line. Works it to the far side. 3 seconds to go on the power play. It is now over, and Arkansas will get a power play. Getting tripped as he was trying to race for the puck was Thomas Verbal. And Missouri State will go into the penalty box, tripping him, and Arkansas will have power play number 3. And it's Evan Lasansky who will go.
And what momentum the Ice Bears might have had being in a 5-minute major power play turns quickly around to the Razorbacks.
He got called for tripping. So now it's Arkansas with the man advantage. Down to 1 minute remaining in this period. Chapman. Sugarschwara near side. Now the right, top of the right circle. He gets a return pass. Playing catch with it. McEntee drive in, and Rieger with his second shot. And this one was a good one that he holds on. 47.9 seconds left in this period. Off the draw again, Arkansas with possession. Cross ice to Ellis. Down in low, trying to work it again to Wilson with a drive through the crease. Wilson again gets around Drummond. What matters is the time clock, and there's 24 seconds left in the period. Wilson down in low to Sugarschwara. They cross, gets up high to McEntee. Now works it to Ellis. They crisscross. Ellis to McEntee. trying to center it through. It goes off the boards past Wilson. Battle for it. Zach Wilson, 1 assist in yesterday's game for the graduate, 3rd in scoring last season for Arkansas. And time runs out in period number 2. There will be 43 seconds left in Evan Lasansky's penalty when we head into the 3rd period. But a 5-0 advantage for Arkansas.
About 3 minutes left in the first half, and the Missouri State Bears are leading the Razorbacks by a score of 17-7.
That's an update on Missouri State football. 17-7 are the Missouri State football Bears. But right here, it's a 5-0 lead for Arkansas. And Adam Sprock has been doing our camera work. Adam, that's a tough period, isn't it?
Yeah, that was very tough. 3 down 5 is hard to come by in one period, so we'll have to really fire up.
So I'm going to ask you this question. I know you've just been able to see this team play here for the first couple of games, but maybe go back to your time playing. What is the difference between yesterday's game, which was a real close game, and today where it just seems like nothing's going right?
We're just not beating them in 50-50 battles. We're winning all the battles right now. We're not getting anything offensively.
All right, well, appreciate your input on that. We will take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk with Brock Gerhardt of Missouri State. After 40 minutes of play, the Ice Bears trail by a count of 5-0 to Arkansas.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Casson now with Brock Gerhardt of Missouri State. 11 goals, 3 assists last season, averaging about half a goal a game, which is kind of nice. You had, in fact, special teams 4 power play goals, so 4, almost half-ish of your goals were with the man advantage. But Brock, you're coming in this season. This is a team that is a aged team, so to speak. I mean, with the 9 seniors and 9 juniors and 3 sophomores, 6 freshmen. You feel like this is kind of a well-rounded core group now that can take you even farther than what you did a couple of seasons ago going to the semifinals?
I do. We got a good group of guys. We've been here. This is a bunch of our, I think definitely over half our team's 3rd year here, so definitely a lot of chemistry coming from the guys this year. I'd be ready to look for it. Passes are looking really good this year.
They did team photos, and okay, I have to ask you this because it's been on my mind a little bit, but it used to be where team photos were with the long hair and everyone looked kind of mean and the mean face, and now it's kind of this deer in the headlights look. So what is that? Why have, I want to say Missouri State, because some of the team has kind of transitioned to that. What is that?
You know, I'd say it's just a little different aspect of the game, trying to make it a little more fun, you know, not so much of the serious look. But, yeah, there's a guy around the league that's been doing it, and everyone thought it was pretty funny, so everyone's liking to follow now. But
so they're copycatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, when are we going to see the Michigan move then?
Ooh, there's a couple guys that can do it, but not me. That will not be coming from me.
I'd like to see it. It would be fun. Do you think Coach Blevins would kind of get mad at that, or do you think it would be okay?
I think in the right situation, I think he would be all for it. I might pull it out this weekend against Arkansas. You never know.
You never know. Speaking of Arkansas, with all the other interviews I've done with some of the other players, I mean, you can just go through what kind of a rivalry this has become. Last season, only team to beat them in the regular season. And, of course, here on January 29th, just an unbelievable overtime game. Vinny Conti getting the goal. it seemed like everybody just came off the bench and surrounded him in overtime. What was that moment like?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, I remember I remember where I was that exact instant. I was on the end of the bench watching him come down, and then once you saw him make that move, you knew it was going in. And then I think once we all went on the ice, I think most of us shed a tear there. I knew I was one of them to do that. That was a really emotional moment for everyone on the team.
The team loses Graham Sudduth, leading scorer with 40 points, 19 goals, 21 assists. But you still have a core group of players that can put the puck in the net, including yourself with 11 goals. But you're kind of a misnomer in that, I mean, you're a big guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you're still scoring 10-plus goals. Is this a team that they rely on big players, they rely on finesse, or is it a combination of both?
You know, I'd really have to say it's a mix of everything, you know. I'd say quarter of our team's big guys like me, and then another quarter is small, move the puck guys, and then the other middle of them, they're just fast, move the puck all around. They can do it all, so it is a good mix of everything.
You start this season now with Arkansas. You thought maybe you could start it with a different team, but immediately you're into the rivalry. So that means this team has got to get ready from game one. What's the practices been like?
You know, like you said, I think we were all looking for an easier opponent the first weekend, but we know we got Arkansas, so I think that's definitely opened everyone's eyes, and we're all skating really hard at practice, bearing down. We know we got them in front of us this weekend. We're ready for it.
You have a junior goaltender, Ethan Taplin. He's been around. You know what he's about. And then Espen Rieger comes in, the freshman out of Foxborough, Massachusetts. So what do you see out of him?
No, he's really good. He's got some good movement. You know, he's a little shorter, which is different to seeing a goalie, but he makes some really good saves. Today out there, they were making some incredible ones. Haven't seen anything like that from him in a while, but both are really good goalies.
Listed at 5'7", and then you put the pads on, and he's still kind of that small, maybe misleading type of goaltender?
Yep, yeah, I would say so. Compare the other ones around the league. Some of them get around 6 foot.
Missouri State is a team that, if you look at their history, they're the only team between the two that are here at Missouri State that have played 5 outdoor games in one season.
That's crazy. I know. I wish I would have been able to partake in one. Hopefully we'll get one coming this year.
I know it's incredible just to play in one, but to have a 5, they had that tournament out in New Mexico, and then they played a couple of other games up north in the Midwest, Minnesota area, and those were outdoor also. Division I has not done that. So do you feel kind of a little special that the Division III team has got to do some other things that Division I hasn't been able to touch?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see that their league showing some love to the D3 guys down there, because sometimes we know it gets a little rough, but those outdoor games really make up for it. Those are fun playing.
Brock Earhart is joining us of Missouri State, so let's get to know a little bit about you. Brothers, sisters?
Yep, one younger sister. She is at her sophomore year at SIUE down in Edwardsville, Illinois, and that's it, just a sister.
Does she like hockey?
I think she's gotten forced into liking it, so yeah, I'd say so.
Now, when you were growing up just with your sister, did you have anybody to play hockey with or shoot pucks against or anything like that?
There was definitely a few times I made her stand in the net, put some pads on her, but shot at her. But besides that, no, it was really just her standing in front there. Maybe a few neighbor kids around the street, but nothing too crazy.
Has hockey always been your favorite sport?
Always, from day one, yep. Loved it, still do.
Who got you into hockey?
I'd say my dad did. He would take me just public skating, and I fell in love with it then and then wanted to start playing because he also played. He coached a little bit, so it was kind of just in the family.
Do you remember your first time on skates?
I don't know about my first time. I think I can remember my few times learning up to how to skate, though, but I don't know about the first time putting them on, but definitely learning to skate, I remember.
How many times, if you remember this, were you on the ice before you finally picked it up and said, this is easy?
I'd say it probably took about my 3rd or 5th time, I'd say. I remember my dad, he would slingshot me around the ice and just make me stand up, and then once I got the hang of that, then I started picking my feet up, but yeah, around 3 to 5 times, I'd say. It didn't take me too long.
Who's your favorite NHL team?
Definitely the Blues.
Are you sad to see Perron go?
That was definitely sad, but, you know, team's got to move on, look on the bigger things, but he was definitely a great aspect for us. I loved watching him play. Still was putting a lot of goals in at his age.
The Blues are a team that last year, all the numbers added up. they had 9 20-goal scorers, which is unbelievable because that pretty much meant the top 3 lines were scoring like crazy.
Yep.
And their power play numbers, I think they were second on the power play. Yeah, they lose Perron and they lose his scoring prowess, but they pick up what I think even the sports writers and the prognosticators are saying is a positive for this club. And obviously, to go to the playoffs, that's going to happen.
Yep.
But to win some kind of hardware, that's what everyone wants to do. And I'm sure that's what you want to do here as we transition back to Missouri State here with this hockey club.
I would love that. Nothing more. I think we deserve it as well.
Last season, just the way it flipped around, you were right there in a position to go to the postseason, and it didn't happen. I'm sure that it was not a... what did the team feel? I don't want to state anything for them, but how'd they feel about not being able to go to postseason?
It was definitely a heartbreaker. I think we were all kind of waiting for that day. We knew it was coming with the results, and then we got a text that morning from our coach, and then we all woke up and kind of read it, and then I think our hearts all kind of sunk in, especially realizing the circumstances of what had happened, being the team that maybe not should have been there, maybe we should have, but it was definitely very unfortunate to hear.
Do you have a routine that you go through when you get ready for hockey?
I have a little bit of a routine. I just kind of like to get a little stretch in, and the only thing I would say, I like to put my gear on the same way, the same every time, right to left, everything.
And see, I'm the other way around. I'm more of a left to right,
yep,
kind of person. As a goaltender, it just has to fit well. And
are you left-handed?
I am full right southpaw. So yep. And it didn't used to be that way. I used to put my right on first, but then I switched all of a sudden, and it just doesn't feel right if I don't do that. Do you have a player on this hockey club that you think is the MVP? And we'll have to go back to last year, and hopefully they're still with the team, but who do you think on this club right now is kind of that leader? And I don't necessarily mean on the ice, maybe off the ice.
Oh, man, off the ice. This year, someone I think who's really been improving their game around the guys, I think it's been Vinny Conti, I'd have to say. He's been a really good leader. He's really been making his voice been heard around the locker room for sure, cheering the guys on, whatever it takes. So someone to keep an eye on in the future.
Brock Gerhardt joining us of Missouri State. One last question here. Are you ready for the season? Do you feel ready?
I'm stoked up. That's all I've been thinking about every day. Oh, man, in class it's hard to stay in focus. I'm just jittering around, ready to put the skates on and go out there.
Okay, I lied. One more question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I don't really have anything in specific right now, just something kind of blue-collar, working with my hands, maybe start my own business in a blue-collar job, but just something along that. Definitely something blue-collar for me.
Making hockey pucks or sticks? Or
anything like that. It could be whatever, as long as there's some money in it.
There you go. That's the key, as long as there's some money in it. Well, hopefully there'll be some hardware for you guys at the end of the season, and good luck and capitalize on your 11 goals. That's a lofty number to surpass.
Hoping to go for more than that this year. I think that's a record for me.
Absolutely. Brock Gerhardt, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you very much, Steve.
We'll take a break and be back. More hockey coming up.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turin with Bell catching up. Turin shoots. Score! Oh, baby!
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Stan Melton, Scott Lutzke. And our cameraman doing a great job, Adam Sprock. It is a 5-0 lead for Arkansas. Goals by Sugaswara, Ellis, McAtee with 2, and McLean with a goal. Not necessarily in that order. I didn't read it in that order. Scott will bring you in here, and I did something that you're not supposed to do. And I had dinner just before we started talking here.
Oh, yeah, I saw you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to,
share?
Gloat with the fact that you had dinner and I have not yet, but now I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah, well, it was M&M's.
Yeah. Well, I'm having chocolate-covered cherries right now, so I don't feel too bad for you.
Oh, that's nice. It's very nice.
We don't have any Andes up yet, which is a little concerning given last night's play.
Well, that's the thing, and I talked to a couple of people, and I asked them that question. I said, how difficult is it to be playing in a game where yesterday it was, for the fans, it was a great game. Coaches obviously didn't like that. But now you play in a game where it's a completely different scenario, and Missouri State, for the most part, does not look like they've been in this game.
No. Whatever they had yesterday, they don't seem to have so far. They don't seem to have so far tonight. So maybe Coach Blevins talked to them in the locker room and figured it out, but we'll see.
As you can see, Missouri State has made their way out onto the ice, and the horn has been kind of silent. I think they're going to keep it silent at this point. Hopefully some of the Ice Bears' big guns can get things going, but right now it's been all Arkansas, and they still have a remainder of their lineup from last season that is starting to put things together. Of course, Cameron McAtee is considered a graduate, as is Zach Wilson. Now, some of these players do still have technically eligibility because of the COVID year. They've added an extra year, and some players can do that if they want to, although I remember a couple of years ago and I won't name who the Missouri State player was, but just jokingly I said to his dad, I said, hey, is he coming back for another year? And his dad looked at me and kind of gave me an expletive and said, no, he's not. And I kind of joked with him and said, I was really kidding, but I guess he wasn't. He wanted to get his son out there in the real world, and that's exactly what happened. And he's been successful ever since. So now with the clock rolling here in the third period, 33 seconds left in the power play, and here come the Arkansas Razorbacks. Edelstrand. He'll work it left side with a drive. It's blocked in front by a sliding Papuga. 20 seconds to go. The Ice Bears started their scoring yesterday with a shorthanded goal from Holmstrom. That was in the second period early on. Now Odelin with a drive that's blocked in front again and not cleared. Power play has 1 second. It's over. Odelin with a drive. This one goes right behind the net. May have just missed too. Well, it did. It had to have. Otherwise it would have been a goal. To the far side. It is taken away and cleared all the way down, but on goal too, through a lot of soup. There is an absolutely wet crease in front, and Sam Haynes is not happy. He's looking at the officials and asking them to let it dry, but they don't, and they just let it play on. So Missouri State can take advantage of this. Lasansky, he's pass. It did finally connect with Jake Stewart. I believe this is the first time we've called him on the ice. Puck cleared and sent all the way down. Through again a mess of soupy water that's there. And Haynes is talking to the official and saying, hey, can we get something for this water? And the official walks right by him and says no. Well, He said no by just walking and skating right by him.
Something about action speaking louder than words, right?
That was one of them. I'd be the same thing as a goaltender myself. I would be livid and say you need to, and it's not necessarily because it's in his crease, but because it's an advantage. It's not in the other goaltender's crease. As it looks pretty dry now for Espen Rieger, who is in nets for Missouri State. He did not start. It was Ethan Taplin who started his second consecutive game. Drive comes in, Rieger with the save, the rebound to the corner. That one came off the stick of the guy right out in front who was calling for it. Now we get a couple of players connecting. It was Verbal who was calling for the puck. Now Sugaswara with a drive. That is number 8, Trevor Borlis with a drive that missed. Stays in for Chris Yantz. He's taken down by Brett Houston from behind. Play continues. Verbal right out in front. A drive that misses wide by Yantz. And the Ice Bears return with Daniger. Missouri State changing. Puck is not played with the high stick. Officials let it go, and Missouri State has it. Comes right out in front. Culleton, good play by Hershey. Culleton was right there to get a shot off, and Hershey got a stick in front. Harwell behind the net. 16:57 to go in the period. 5-0 Arkansas. Gifford's pass comes out to center ice. Lotz with a nice move down the left side. Lotz gets pushed down and no penalty. He gets back up, steals the puck. Now an Ice Bear gets dumped and the officials say keep playing. We're not going to blow the whistle. 16, make that 15. No, it is 16:30 to go in the period. So continual play and penalties that may or should have been called by the officials are let go. So I guess we're even in that respect. Harwell loses things, but the Ice Bears have it. Here's Gronberg. He winds with a drive and a save. That off the stick of Haynes. Through the mess again to the far side to Lasansky. Rims it all the way around to the near side once again to Culleton. He gives some help now to Houston with a drive, and it's tipped wide. May have gotten off the skate of Rogers. Now right out in front the shot comes and a save by Haynes. 15:49 to go in this period and a 5-0 lead for Arkansas.
Steve,
Goals.
You were talking about the goalies in the crease situation, and just thinking about when you get a 5-0 score like this, you kind of look for positives, and one of the things I was thinking about is at least the Ice Bears rookie goalie Espen Rieger gets to see some time here, and we get to see how he does, and he gets a little bit of experience in the first weekend series for the Ice Bears.
Yeah, what a way to get it against one of the top teams in ACHA Division III. 15:30 to go in the period. Puck to the near side. Battle with the half boards there. And we get a puck is pushed with a hand. It's a hand pass. Stoppage and play, 15:20 to go in the period. And play should come outside the zone, and it will, due to the hand pass against Missouri State.
Probably in part due to the 5-minute major power play the Ice Bears have, but the shots on goal, 24-22, so pretty much even up.
In about 2 minutes or so, Missouri State should get Zach Zaccardi back. He was assessed a 10-minute misconduct. Same with Scherer for Arkansas. Puck at the line, out to center, and this becomes a hand pass too. $14:59 to go in this period, and as I mentioned, next weekend Missouri State will have games against Mizzou, and I believe Arkansas is on the road with, I think it's East Texas Baptist. We'll double check this one for you. McAtee. He sends it down in low to Oderlin. Holmstrom tries to keep it in. Puck is cleared for Missouri State, and look who's back on the ice for the Ice Bears, Zaccardi. 14:36 to go in the period. Holmstrom waiting for a connection. Instead, Moon will shovel it back down. 14:30 remains. Moon to chase. Comes right out in front. Good play there by McAtee, and he's able to get it out of harm's way. Now McAtee leads a 3-on-2 into the zone. McAtee left side. Still working the puck. McAtee, the Wentzville, Missouri product. First in scoring, averaged 2.10 goals per game last season. 61 points. Puck is cleared out to center, and an Ice Bear gets upended. We're going to get a penalty against McAtee as Holmstrom was racing. So a power play for Missouri State. This should be number 5.
Another critical point for the Ice Bears to try and start climbing back into the game with a power play effort. You look at shots on goal, we were talking about that a little while ago. 24-22, fairly even. Of course, the big difference on 5 of those 24 shots Arkansas took, they scored. The Arkansas goalie, a big difference in this game, Sam Haynes, he has done a great job for Arkansas. And I'm assuming, Steve, he was their key goalie last season.
Well, it was Joseph Dusenka, who was their number 1, and just right up there was Sam Haynes. He was 7-0 last season. Dusenka was 12-2-1. As, of course, an overtime loss in the Final Four last year and the 2 losses to Missouri State.
The way Haynes has played tonight, Arkansas is going to be in good shape in the goal this season.
So getting back to Arkansas' schedule, they are off next week. Then they play Dallas Baptist in Texas. Shot comes in. Haynes just made that save. Looked a little handicapped on that. Now it's a 2-on-1 for Arkansas. It's led by Borlis, or make that Edistrand. And he...
Great defensive play there, Steve.
Well, it's not going to be one according to the official. It's a rough.
Oh, man.
So unfortunately, as the 2-on-1 developed with Edistrand, getting called for the penalty, which, let's take a look. It's that far. Yeah, it's a rough.
Oh,
and it's a punch, too.
Yeah, the slide across by the Ice Bears defenseman wasn't the penalty. It was at the end of that.
Yeah, Cooper gets it. 8 penalties, 24 minutes. 8 penalties, 27 for the Razorbacks. So now we're 4-on-4 for 55 seconds, and then it'll be a power play for Arkansas. It'll be their 4th. Sugar up high. Again, it's a 4-on-4, but Arkansas works it like it is a power play. Puck is out to center, and Schlereth will chase, but Sugar will come back. Griffin, Sugar 9-game goal scoring streak if you count last season, and make that 10 because he got one yesterday. And actually make that 11 because he has one today. 14 seconds remaining in the power play. So the Razorbacks, who have a comfortable 5-0 lead, look to gain more here. Now it's a power play, and they score. Hershey will get it from the top of the left circle. This one is a power play goal because the 4-on-4 had just expired.
Boy, Arkansas just continues to pile on the Ice Bears, and penalty kill unit, although it was just a very short time coming off that 4-on-4.
Time of the goal.
Arkansas gets the power play goal.
Will be 9-10. Hershey gets his second. It's 6-0. This again on the power play as the 4-on-4 had just expired about a second prior. So Missouri State now trails 6-0. And here is Gerhardt for the Ice Bears.
Arkansas goal scored on the power play by number 20, Dylan Odeline, assisted by number 37, Trevor McLean. Time of that goal at 8:10 of the third period, scored on the power play by number 20, assisted by number 37.
Well, they're saying that it was Odeline, but I thought it was Hershey who got the shot. We'll look at that again next stoppage and play here and see. But I really believe there he is right there with the shot. Yeah, unless they're saying it was tipped in, but then I don't know why they didn't give Hershey the goal. Well, I'm going to stick with it. Truman Hershey getting it, his second, and see if they change that. 11:09 to go in this period with a 6-0 lead for Arkansas, who for the most part have taken control of this game within minutes. 11 seconds apart, Sugaswar and Ellis in the first period at 1:34 and 1:45. This should be a hand pass, and it is. Talked to head coach Cody Blevins, and I asked him his thoughts about this series coming into it, and if he felt like Missouri State could sweep. And he said, honestly, Arkansas is too good of a team. There's no way you can really think that your team can sweep, and it has nothing to do with the makeup of his team, but just that Arkansas is that good of a team.
Of course, there's learning from lessons too. So whatever lessons Arkansas thought they made.
Oh, the Ice Bears score. Sorry there. As Tyler Colleton gets a second consecutive goal, and Missouri State has broken the shutout at 9:29 of this period. His second goal of the season for Tyler Colleton squeaks it underneath the pads of Sam Haynes, and it's 6-1. And Scott, you were talking about learning things. Well, maybe they can learn something from Colleton, who hasn't given up at all in this series. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thorough. But Colleton will get his
Missouri State goal scored by number 26, Tyler Colleton. Assisted by number 91, Cameron Osdeck. Time of that goal at 9:29 of the third period, scored by number 26, assisted by number 91.
There we go, as the Ice Bears now have to defend here. Puck to the corner on the near side, as they've turned over at least one Andes board here tonight.
At least the goal by Tyler gets the Ice Bears some momentum in the game, and you'll always kind of look at hockey games in individual periods, and at least in the third period, it's tied 1-1. Arkansas has outplayed the Ice Bears in the first two periods. But it's important that the Ice Bears be able to show some comeback and some strength, at least in this final period.
6-1 now, as Colleton gets the goal to the far side. But getting back to that point with Cody Blevins, head coach of Missouri State, he was really thinking this series would be a split, at least to start the opening weekend. And it looks like at this point, save for 9 minutes and 11 seconds, that it will be a split. But Scott, did you have a point to finish on that?
Honestly, I don't remember. So it couldn't have been too important.
Maybe not. 9:06 to go.
Learning situation,
yeah,
like you were talking about.
Learning
Scott.
situations. Well, I think we've all learned not to talk when there's a potential goal possible. Arkansas with Gifford. Left side, but it's swept away from him off the stick of Gage Gronberg. Gronberg had a multi-point game in the opening night of the season versus Creighton last year, 1 goal and 1 assist. Here's a drive in, save Rieger, the rebound in front, score. Oderline got the first shot, and Rieger was trying to hold on to it, but he could not keep it. And it gets put home by Jason Gifford. That's his first, as Gifford was on the doorstep to tip it in and then follow up on the rebound.
Now it looks like they had Rieger down on the ice, and the two Arkansas players in front of him kind of shoved the puck in.
That'll be the first goal for Gifford.
Arkansas goal scored by number 42, Jason Gifford, assisted by number 20, Dylan Odeline. Time of that goal at 11:30 of the third period, scored by number 42, assisted by number 20.
Meanwhile, a couple of penalties now going to be assessed. Or just one. It's boarding against Lasansky. And that's unfortunate. I think what really sold that was not only Lasansky getting up high, but the officials bought it, and it's a power play for Arkansas. This is number 5. So the Ice Bears have to kill off another one. Ellis. Pass over across. It's blocked in front. Sugaswara couldn't grab it. Out to center. Regained by Chapman. Swung back around to Ellis. Drops it down. Gets a return pass. And they work it again to Hershey. Up top. Sugaswara now over to Ellis, who gets a shot. Held on to by Rieger.
Ice Bears penalty kill unit continuing to do good work. The only power play goal was just a 1-second effort, which means penalty kill doesn't have much difference to make when they only have 1 second.
Hershey wanting to get it back from Cruz, but instead it goes to the left side to Sugaswara. He maneuvers around an Ice Bear, but that Ice Bear takes it. It's Holmstrom. He'll race through, gets around one, can't get around the other, and Cruz will have it. Drop to Odeline to the far side. Odeline waits, 40 seconds to go on the power play. Now to Cruz, still on the right side. To Odeline. Arkansas with Cruz and a drive that misses. Rebound into the corner. In reality, Arkansas with a 6-goal lead, just content to kill some time off here, but they're still working the puck a little. Here's Holmstrom. He has it poked away, and Arkansas with an advantage now for Hershey. Broken up from him. Zaccardi will send it all the way down, no icing. Off the back of the boards by Haynes. So Missouri State, who won yesterday by a count of 6-5, is the only team in the regular season for the past 2 seasons, counting, of course, 2 games into this season, that have beaten Arkansas in the regular season. They beat him in Springdale by a count of 3-2 earlier in the year last season. And then January 29th, Vinny Conti in overtime. 5:50 to go in this period. Shots 34-26 in favor of Arkansas. They led on Sugar Suarez's goal at 1:34 of the first period and have not looked back. Ellis's goal 11 seconds later now stands to be the game winner. Here's Borlas across the line. A stick goes flying. Whose stick is that? That's Zach Kilgore's. And he has possession. Missouri State with a full sail change. Gifford, who got a goal. He stands Harwell up. Now Harwell pushes him down. We're going to get a slash, an inadvertent slash by Harwell. As Harwell was trying to get around a man and he got his stick up and accidentally slashed him. We'll take a look here. Well, there's maybe that's the call there. Oh no, it's not. that was actually more of a slash than anything. I didn't see that part. That's a great angle. I didn't see that part where we are. It just looked like an inadvertent stick, but nope, it is a slash. Ten penalties, 28 minutes for Missouri State. 8 penalties, 27 minutes for the Razorbacks, who are now on power play number 6. Near side. Arkansas will work the puck.
2 minutes for slashing at 14:59 in the third period.
They get it over to the right side. Trying to work it from Hershey to Odalin. Down in low to Cruz. Not getting the best of the boards is Brett Houston for Missouri State. He missed his check. Play continues out to center ice, where it's Hershey. And it's slapped down. No icing, though, by Trevor McLean. Puck centered off an Ice Bear stick, stays in the zone. Ellis will move it into the corner. 1:06 to go in the power play. It's a 7-1 lead for Arkansas. If you joined us late, Ethan Taplin was in nets until it was 5-0. And it's been Espen Rieger since for Missouri State. Sam Haynes has been in net the entire game, the junior from Dallas, Texas, for Arkansas. Board battle near side. Schlereth comes in to knock the puck away. Ellis is there for Arkansas. Culleton will swing it over to the far side for Missouri State. Stays in the zone for Chapman. They get it around the referee. And Sugaswara. Return pass from Rogers. Down into the Missouri State zone. Sugaswara is there calling for it, but instead, well, now he does have it now. Left side, tried to get it to Ellis. Now in front, just missing, was Rogers. Power play is 5 seconds. 3:02 to go in the period. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Out of the box is Harwell. Shot comes right out in front. Rebound, score! It was loose in front, and Michael Ellis will get his second goal of the game, second goal of the season, and it's 8-1, Arkansas.
Not much of a chance for goalie Espen Rieger. Steve, as Ellis for Arkansas fired that one in while Eastman was down on the ice.
16:04 the time of the goal. Ellis will get his second. 8-1 in favor of Arkansas.
Not good news for the D3 Ice Bears here in Springfield with the goal for Arkansas, and not good news in Bloomington, Illinois. Missouri State trailing 2-0 in the second period.
6, Michael Ellis, assisted by number 22,
That's
Connor
the
Chapman.
Division I team for the Ice
Time of that
Bears.
goal at 17:05 of the third period, scored by number 86, assisted by number 22.
And about 13 minutes, 42 seconds left in the second period in the Missouri State versus Illinois State game. Again, the Ice Bears there trailing 2-0.
But here it is 8-1 in favor of Arkansas. And we'll have to, as here comes Daniger with a drive in, save the rebound, followed up. We're going to get a penalty against Arkansas. Lasansky behind the play was interfered with.
The Missouri State Bears are currently leading Arkansas by a score of 17-14, and we're in the third quarter, officially the second half.
Well, there's your update on football, but we're going to get a holding call here as Lasansky gets held by Odeland. Ten penalties, 31 minutes. Power play number 6 for Missouri State. Here's Conti, score! It's 8-2 as Vinny Conti with a drive up from the high slot. And Missouri State quickly, just 7 seconds in, get a power play goal.
Vinny, a big wind-up just inside the blue line and just ripped it past the Razorbacks goalie Haynes, and the Ice Bears notched their second goal of this period, and we have a minute 58 left.
Missouri State goal scored on the power play by number 7, Vinny Conti. Assisted by number 91, Cameron Osdeck. Time of that goal at the 18-minute mark of the third period. Scored on the power play by number 7.
We're going to get
assisted by number 91.
some more penalties here.
That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal.
And this one, unfortunately, will go against Missouri State. And the guy who just got announced as getting an assist, Cameron Osdeck, will go. So unfortunately for Missouri State, that's a big hit into the boards by Osdeck. "11 penalties, 30 minutes for Missouri State. Power play number 7 for Arkansas. Lots of goals. We'll go over the goals for you.
Missouri State number 91, Cameron Osdeck. 2 minutes for charging.
So charging is the call.
21 of the third period.
Puck is cleared now. So this penalty, barring any further penalties, will carry on for the remainder of the third period with 1:16 to go in it. But it is an 8-2 game now.
Update, Steve, from Bloomington, Illinois. More bad news. Illinois State scores a third goal and now has a 3-0 lead with about 10.5 minutes left in the second period.
So both teams not doing so well. And Missouri State's football team seems to be clinging on to a 17-14 lead in rivalry games with Arkansas. 39 seconds to go in the game. The Ice Bears will just have to kill this off. And they do kick it out to center ice. Here's Schlereth. Oh, nice move. Schlereth tried to do it a second time, but it was flipped up by Hershey. Stays in the zone, 20 seconds. Schlereth off the side of the net. And Haynes will give it back to his defense. Coach yelling for them to hold the puck, and Missouri State says, yeah, we agree. No need. And this game will come to an end. Final score 8-2. In the first period, at 1:34, Sugar his second. Ellis, 11 seconds later, his first. McLean will get his second at 21 seconds of the second. McAtee will get his second at 2:15 of the second. Arkansas on the power play, the second goal of the game and third of the season for McAtee at 12:44. His goal makes it 5-0. That chases Ethan Taplin. Hershey on a power play at 8:10 of the third makes it 6-0. The Ice Bears Culleton with a shot at 9:29 of the third slips underneath the pads of Sam Haynes. It's 6-1. 7-1 on Gifford's first goal of the season for Arkansas at 11:30 of the third. And then at 17:05, Ellis will get his second. It's 8-1. And then on the power play, 18-minute mark of the third, Vinny Conti will get his first of the season. 8-2 is the final. So final shots. Sam Haynes faces 27, and Missouri State on a combination of Espen Rieger and Ethan Taplin, 37. Taplin faced 21, so 16 total on Espen Rieger. And it is a final of 8-2. I don't know if they've announced the player of the game or will talk to the player of the game. They didn't do it yesterday. We'll wait and see if they do it here, and if not, which I don't think they're going to do it, Scott. Well, while we wait for that, we'll bring in Adam Sprock. And Adam, tough game.
Yep, very tough. We need to turn it around next weekend for sure.
Well, next weekend, I'm not sure that you know about it, but the games against Mizzou, they are always rivalry games, and Missouri State and Mizzou, just about as good a rivalry as you'd see with Missouri State and Arkansas. So again, another one of those high-tempo rivalry games. We'll see what happens next week. I'm sure head coach Cody Blevins will have you guys skating all this next week to prepare for that.
Yep.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for doing the game here tonight. You've worked in the camera portion of your duties for a freshman. So, again, thank you so much for doing this.
Yep, no problem.
Thanks, Adam.
Yep.
That's Adam Sprock of Missouri State, one of the 6 newcomers for the Ice Bears. Well, apparently there is too many penalties to keep up with and a score sheet to keep up with, so no player of the game will be announced. So that is going to do it here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. A couple of quick notes that Missouri State was 0 for 6 on the power play. The Arkansas Razorbacks 2 for 6 with the man advantage. And again, the Ice Bears
D1
with a 8-2
Steve,
defeat.
we're going to check out real quick before we leave the status on the D1 game.
Yeah, still 3-0 with 8 minutes to go in period number 2, as Illinois State is in control of that contest right now. Again, next week, Missouri State will, and they only have 12 shots on goal, does Iowa State, and they lead 3-0. Missouri State with 21.
Illinois State.
Illinois State, yeah. Iowa State isn't playing this season, so it's Illinois State. That's kind of a shocker right there. So next weekend, games against Mizzou. And the first game that we will have at 7 o'clock, though, that's going to be Drury University and St. Louis University. It'll be our one game that we will do for Drury, who will be opening up their season, their first ever game. And we'll do that. We'll have it for you right here on Web Sports Radio. And, of course, stay tuned for the Division III action right after that. So we will bid you a good night from Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Again, the Ice Bears lose by a count of 8-2. For Stan Melton, Scott Lutzke, our cameraman Adam Sprock, I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.